Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here, and it's a bit echoey in here. I'm not sure if that will come across, but this is from my our new house, I should say. We just had a weekend, a few days of moving in, and it's weird, when you've lived in the same house for 18 years, I think, probably roughly. Then you move, and it's a strange experience, but an interesting one. Um, we've kind of, downsized. We had a huge garden that we, couldn't really upkeep. Kids had moved out, so we had a whole floor that we never went to. Essentially. So so we've cashed in, and we've moved, and here we are. And it's weird because I said I was going to be out of action for a couple of weeks, but I was kind of looking into alternatives to internets, basically, because the place we wanted to move to, there was some issue with regards to. There seemed to be some. What do I need to do here? Hang on a sec. There seemed to be some issue with regards to has a property got fibre or not. So the company that owns a network, I checked with BT, they said no. I don't know why. I checked with some other companies, ISPs, they said yes. So I went to the root of the. So I went to the source. I went to the company that installs and runs and owns all the networks in the UK. All of them, maybe, is it all of them? OpenReach. I'm not sure if OpenReach runs all of them, but certainly where I am, they deal with the networks and stuff. They said it was fine. So we've got some. We've got a friend who owns a communications company, and they said that they can do it. So we're currently in the process of waiting for them to do it. But in the meantime, I was kind of thinking to myself, well, I'm probably not going to have any internet for a couple of weeks. That's fine. That's life. Just get on with it. But we have discovered that. I did discover this new thing. I know it's not really new, but I kind of discovered how good 4G internet is. I had no idea. I'm sure it's not good for everyone, depending on what your connection's like, but EE is very good where we are. From a speed point of view, I don't need to do that. That's one of those little bugs that you find occasionally. EE are very good with speeds in the UK. I think they're probably the best speed-wise, depending on where you are, And I looked into sort of like 4G routers, where you can buy a router and you can stick a SIM in it and essentially get access to the internet through 4G. And I know that's kind of what your phone does, but I thought the reality of using it on a computer would be very different. And I'm sure it's not the same for everyone. It depends on where you are. I understand that. But basically, I went into the EE shop. I got their little 4G hub. I got a 50 gig SIM. And I don't quite know how, but my internet, I ran a few speed tests, and it just goes to show you how bad the quality of some of the wiring, the cabling is. Because this little 4G thing is basically quicker than my fibre in my old property, which kind of boggles the mind, really. Once 5G is going, you may not need fibre. You may not need a wired connection to your house, because at the moment 4G, and this is just some crappy little cheapo. Like 4G hub that they use. I also looked at an Huawei hub, 4G hub, that's supposed to be really, really good. You can attach an external aerial to that. But basically it's crazy. It's like I run some speed tests, and the download speeds are quicker than my fibre at home. I'm sure my fibre at home wasn't particularly good. I think I was getting 30-ish meg probably, where I'm getting like 30, I think it's 36 I was getting here. Also, I guess I've got to take into account the fact that the weather's really grey and rainy. I'm not sure if that affects the signal. yeah, but I could potentially get even better speeds by by getting a better hub, and and maybe an external aerial. But I was really concerned because the whole fibre might not, BT saying there's no fibre there. I was a bit worried about it, but I'm still not sure what's going to happen on that front. But now this works like a dream. Then I'm less concerned about internet access at the new property. What we got here? I'm sure using 4G waves rather than a wide connection. I guess there may be some issues with stability sometimes or reliability. I'm not sure, but I think we're lucky enough to be in a really good spot for 4G. 4G access. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing this video from. I've got the upload speeds are a bit slower than my fibre, but I will kind of upload this video a bit later and see what happens. EE also do an unlimited SIM card. So if the fibre thing for whatever reason doesn't work out, then I've got an option, because that was the most important thing to me. That might sound stupid to some people, but when you're in my situation, stuck at home, the internet access is the most important thing. Outside of obvious things like not living in a box, I guess, the obvious things. For me, stuck at home, one of the things about moving was that the internet access was one of the most important things. I seem to have found a decent solution. I guess I'm not sure how it works. I guess maybe at certain times of the day when there are more people using. I'm really not sure how like 4G waves work. I'm not sure if it's a bit like fibre, where if there's more people using it, it slows down a bit. That potentially might be the case. This is like middle of the day when I guess a lot of people are at work, but that's when I use my computer. So it's not too much of a problem. But yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll log in and there will be issues, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is terrible. But at the moment it's fine. So I'm kind of back online currently. Which is good. What I kind of want to do. I know that I think there's a new game that I wanted to try. I know that Nonal03 has done some videos for it. It is. It's called. What's it called? Oh, Jesus! I will just check. Let me just dot up guard here, and then we'll. I actually. Oh, you fool! He dotted myself. I scourged myself. Oh, Bob, you fool! I think I wanted a cast regeneration, obviously, but that didn't work. Yeah, okay, let's forget about that for now. So Nonal03's been playing a new MMO, very early access, but it looks really interesting. Reign of Darkness. It looks really interesting. I like it because it looks a bit. Kind of looks medieval European style, like maybe like Norse, Northern European kind of style, and I love that. So, yeah, that's bloody hell. Back here come. Old Gebra out there. It's a bit of a beating. But anyway, but I need to download it. I'm not sure how big it is. I kind of went for a 50 gig SIM. I'm kind of experimenting really, just to see how much data I use, basically. So, but I'm not sure how big the download is. I'll have to check. So I might not play that for a couple of weeks. We'll have to see. But I'm kind of just happy to have good access. Quite lucky really, because some people can't get decent access no matter what they do. I'm not going to kill myself here with Scourge, am I? I don't think so. Yeah, so obviously very lucky. But I just thought I'd let you know that I do have some access. So. You'll probably see the odd video and stuff now and again, and I'll keep you updated. I did have some plans, as I said, I did have some plans to do some videos coming up. I'm planning on kind of like building myself a studio type thing. And what I might do, just really, I hate kind of doing, I've mentioned this before, I hate doing videos where it feels a bit like willy waving, or midlife crisis type guy, but for someone who's interested in this kind of thing, I do look for videos where people are buying equipment, what they buy, how it works out for them. So I'm kind of planning on doing a couple of videos on, looking at what I'm going to be buying for the studio. And then if you guys have got any experience, you can, PCs and stuff I'm fine on, but there might be some other bits and pieces like software and stuff that I'm not sure about. But I might do a video looking at what I'm going to buy, and then do a video when it comes and you can see the equipment and that kind of thing. As I said, I don't want to kind of avoid willy waving, but I enjoy looking at people's setups. Even if it feels a bit, as I said, even if it feels a bit midlife crisis. But I'll let you know on that. So I'm kind of in the process where I can make videos again. But we will see how the connection goes. It seems fine. 120 milliseconds to the server. That's probably about 20 milliseconds slower than I was getting on my fibre at home, even though the fibre's slower. I think it's probably something to do with, I think even though the download speeds of this 4G internet is quicker, the ping was a bit slower than my fibre connection, so that's probably why. That's probably what's happening there. But anyway, I just want to let you know that I do now have internet access. I think is good enough for me to record a video and put it up. So I'll speak to you again soon. We're kind of not really straight yet. We've got lots of things to do house-wise and stuff. But I just thought I would say hello. See you later.